Okay, so as we observe that the two tables, that is orders, and so let's first check. So the join returns the columns that are matching in both table. Left join returns all records on the left table and match records on the right table. So the join, so I'll just relate it as two Excels, okay, where you are performing a VLOOKUP. So for example, when you're performing a VLOOKUP, so what happens is sometimes we get NA values. So why these are NA values? Because that part of a search in VLOOKUP is not available in the searched array. So for example, if you are looking for a product ID, so from and we performing a VLOOKUP on an array of product IDs, sometimes you may not get the product ID which you search in the lookup array. So that time what the lookup will give you an error called /NA, sorry, #NA. So similar to that, so there are sometimes so use cases are what you need the entire data, or you need only the match one. So if you need only the match one, that is the one where you have only the matched values, you use join. And you use left join where you need the left file, the entire file you need, but you need the comments, or you need the flag where the data is matched from the lookup array. So left join will return you the entire left table along with the matched records on the right one, and join will just give you the match from both the table. So join will give you an intersection of both the table, and left join will give the left table will be entire. You will get the left entire table and the matches from the right one. So which one is left, which one is right? There will be confusion, but we'll clear it out here. So see, we have got orders table here. One second, not vendor orders. Okay, so we got orders table, and here we have customer ID. So let's if I want the orders table, exact the orders table I want, but I want the customer name also from the customers table. So what I will do is I will take asterisk from orders, and so I'll first use join, and the second table which I'm going to use is customers. And so in a join statement, it's written as this way. So the column names from table, first table, then join the second table, and then there is a on. On will where you specify the common clause, common column, or common key between both the tables. So here the common key is customer ID. So on will be customer ID, but we'll be taking the table names to associate. But I have not specified which column I want from the customers table. I'll just 1 second, let me. So this particular this thing gives you the fields in your table as well as the data types also you will get. So for example, customer ID is a integer value and can hold up to 11 digits of integer. Customer name is a varchar, can hold 255 values, and so on. So here is the described customer. So I got the customer name. So I just need the customer name in my table. So from customer name, and if I do a run, so see, I got all the tables. So my previous table orders had only values till shipper ID. So it did not have customer name, but I got the customer name here with the help of a join. we will not be able to check the difference between a join and a left join here, because even the left join will have so all the customer ID. So as we have run from customer ID to in the customer name table, so we've got all the IDs inclusively we have got results for. So there's no null value. So if there's no null value, join and left join will give you the same results. So let's for instance, like let's for fun just join this table with the other table. So if we check the employees table, so here if you 1 second. So the table name is case sensitive. The column names are not case sensitive. So here I got the employee ID, which there are only 9 values for employee ID. So what we will do, we'll join an employee table and employees, and we will fetch the employee ID, and I will say that employee ID is equal to the orders customer ID. So here, if I perform a left join, see what will happen. I will get blank or null values. See, why is that? Because wherever my order ID goes beyond, once again, so wherever my employee ID goes beyond my required result, I'm not getting the data here. I'm getting, okay, 1 minute. Orders dot customer ID. So here my customer ID is what? Okay, so where am I? My customer ID is 5 and employee ID is also the same. It is giving me the results. So if I just use a join now, so what will happen? I will get only 86 records where, so I get the filtered result here. And if I use a left join, I got all columns from the orders table, all results from the orders table, as well as the data which is matched here. The blank is where the data is not matched. So in the W3 structure, the unmatched values are depicted by blank, but in the table, the identifier would be null. So if you are running a join and you get null values, that is because the other array table or the reference table is not having the records in them. So left join is, so in the left join, the left table is the one which we enter. Hello.
Yes, Mohit.
Okay. Jay, you want to say something? Okay, then I'll continue. So here, from the order, so if I'm doing a left join, so the left table will be the from table. So one which is written after from. So this is the left table. And so here there is a, so every time you use a column, see, I've typed my table name before my column name, that I need employee ID. I've typed my column name here. Okay. So what if I don't want to keep writing my column name long table names before my every column selection. So what do? I use an alias. So what I will do, I will just give orders an alias A and employees an alias B. So I can just simply write the query like this. Same results I'll get. And in the join also, same 86 results I'll get. But here I'm using alias. So alias serves a very big purpose when you're using joins. Once again. Okay, thanks, Jay. So here is the join and the left join. Do you guys have any confusion between join and a left join, or any questions you have for me about join and a left join?
No, man.
Okay, thank you. So we'll do a full outer join, a full join, and then there's a right join also. So right join is similar to left join. So here the main reference, the main table is the right one. So if I do this, so I will get all the records from employees, which is I have selected only one. So the results will be a little different. Sorry, I got 86 records only. So here, right join this has given me same results.
बेल बजेगी ना तब दिखाएंगे आगे आगे देखिए फिर कहीं पे खींच के जाएगा
These are right join. The right table is given preference here. That is the employees table is given preference here. And I got the matching field, which is called employee ID also. I took from the orders data. So I got 2 employee IDs. And so left join and right join is, I have, to be honest, I have never used right join. Because whenever I feel a need of using a right join, I just switch the positions of my table. I just the table which I have entered after from, I just change its position to after join, and vice versa. So the result is one and the same. So that is why I've never used right join. And I guess even if you guys find a right use case for a right join, then please do let me know. So here is the right join. So we have completed right join, left join, and join. So let's check the last join, which is full join. So let's say if I'm taking all fields from A table and all fields from a B table, and I want a full join.
सुनते दरवाजा खोलने नहीं बोल रहे सबके सब
Okay.
क्या बोला
So I got an error because there were some common columns. One minute syntax would be F full outer join here. Let's check the syntax here. Cross join, right join. Okay, so it's called returns all columns from both tables. So it's called cross join over here. So the syntaxes could be different tool wise. The reason probably the data is not populating because so it's here. So we got order ID, customer ID, and this. So I got both orders and employees table. See, so order table was, if you guys remember, it was still shipper's ID, and the employee table began from this and ended till here. So you got we got exclusively all the records from both the tables. So there may be cases where there are some records which are solely present in the employee table and are not present in the order table. So for against in what will happen in that scenario is the employee table columns, that is from order ID to shipper ID, they will be blank, and the other columns, that is from the orders table, they will be filled, and vice versa. When employee records are blank, and order data is there. So this is the structure of a full outer join or cross join. So even cross join, you will be using very less of cross join also. Even I've never used cross join, so I've used basically join and left join, which usually gets most of the work done. And one more thing I would want to share is, for example, let's take my favorite left join, and here I have the data, and instead of this thing, I will just take the from the employee table, I'll just take the uh, last name or first name. So I'll just take one column from this. Okay, but now I need from the customer name table, I need the customer column also, customer name also. So I'll just put another join. So here I will put the customers table, give it another alias C, and I'll perform a join on A dot my first table, which is the orders table. So A dot customer ID is equal to B dot customer ID, and so see I will get and I'll choose the column also, C dot customer name. Okay, so there's no column called custom. Sorry, B. I should have written C. So here. So I got the entire overview, order details. Till order table is still shippers ID. So I got the employee name from the employee table, customer name from the customer table. If I want the employee last name also, or so see, this is a function, a small spoiler for you guys from the next session. Concatenate. So concatenate is not working over here. So the concat gives you where you can concatenate two values. So your first name will take as first name, and then we'll take as a last name. Here you got the first name and last name, which are from the employee tables and the customer name. So here are joins in a nutshell for you guys. Any questions about join? So similarly, so there is no end to how many tables you can join. You can apply join to over tens of tables. I've also applied them to tens of tables, and it has worked. So there's no end to it. You can use that. Sorry. And I have got 2 more slides left. If you guys are okay, shall I continue these 2 slides?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And do you guys have any questions about join? Any sort of join? No?
Mohit, the inner join is same as join, right?
Inner join is same as join. So inner join is same as join. And
Okay.
so if you're the other table, so in the W3, in the case of W3 school, so if your both the tables are having no exclusive set of values, so as you see, so if I have a customer information of customer 1 to 90, if I have customer info from customer name 1 to 90 in the customer table, I have the same number of customers in an order table. So there is no exclusivity in any table. So in that case, Harsh, any join we use will give us the same result. So for example, if I have a customer table which is having records from 1 to 10, you are having a orders table. So ideally, when you are having all the values exclusively, So when you're having the values exclusive across different tables, so there is where there is a problem between the structuring of both the tables, because ideally if these are the RDBMS table and they're very interconnected, so there should not be any gaps in between them. So these uh, exclusive values, they depend as gap. So there should not be any gaps in between them. But if as we have demonstrated the W3 spool table, when you start working on our tables, then you will find that there are a lot of times there are exclusive values between the two tables wherein you apply join on. Okay, so that's there. So inner join is same as join. That is what your question was. I drifted a little bit far.
Okay,
So
okay.
let's continue with union and group by. That's the last of our slides. So we'll have some advanced topics to discuss after this session. So let's continue to union and all operator. Hello.
Yes, Mahesh. Yes,
Okay,
yes.
thank you. So let's do one thing. Let's switch back to our table here for the union operator. One second. June. So let's see. One second. Sorry. So let's see. Let's take. What union does? Let's read out. Union operator can be used to combine the results of two or more SQL tables or query statements. Results populated with union operator are distinct values, and so when you use a union, so you will get distinct values, and similar to union all can be used to combine all the values including the duplicate ones. So let me just quickly demonstrate that to you guys. So we have two tables. So I will take category name, comma national category from a table called India snapshot.tbl. So this is the category master which we have. One second. So I'll just take the first 100 records from this table. One second, sorry. I have not specified the limit. So here I have the first 100 records. So here, if I want this, I want to merge this with my other table of mine, which is M all unique categories. Okay. So this just same as combining your two Excel files or two Excel outputs. So here I have this. So I will do one thing. Okay, sorry, I cannot use a limit with a union. Union clause. It will give me an error. So I'll just wrap this thing around and make a small subquery. And then now I've used union, and I just run this to see how many categories I'll get here. Can't connect to them my SQL server. Okay, let's remove the limit clause.
अभी आज आज मेरे को कबीर का फोन आया, दादू एक ये लॉलीपॉप कॉल मी. हाँ मैंने बोला ये 7 में हाँ तो मैंने बोला हाँ बेटा बनाऊंगा.
This is taking time, so let's explain union here. So here I have customer ID once again from the customers table. So I got 91 customer IDs. I can union them with the other table of mine. So I can use the customer ID from the orders table also. So when I use this, I will get same 91 results. The reason is because I get only the unique values in this, but when we use union all, so I will get 921 results. So 91 results from the customer table and the remaining ones from the, so I guess there were 830 results in the orders table. Let's check if there were 830 results from the orders table. So see, 830 results from the orders table and around, so not around, exactly 91 results from the customers table. So we have 921 results in totality when we use the union all combination. So this is union and union all. So whenever you want only the unique values from 2 or more tables, you can use union to collate them. If you want all the values from these tables, you can use a union all option. So we'll just quick. So any questions about union and union all?
No, Mohit, clear.
Okay. So okay. So the last we'll check group by. So group by is used mostly used in the aggregate functions like sum, count, max, min, average. I'll just quickly tell you. So for example, let's say so see okay, so now if I want, I see, as you guys know that I have a column called business flag here, 1, 2, and 3. So if I need to see how many categories, so as I told you that count here will give you the records of the total table. But what if I want the counts of categories group wise as in as per the business type. So for that, for example, if I want to know at the same time, if I want to know how many categories are there with a B2B flag or with a B2C flag or with a both flag. So in that case, I will use a group by option. So what I will do here is I will just take the field which I want. So here in this case, I want a business flag and then I'll take a count. I'll give an alias to my count as so I want to ask a quick question while we are doing this. Any of you guys notice that we use aliases while performing joins, and one join simpler using aliases compared to like a regular application? One using alias a simpler way of using joins? How many of
Yes,
you?
Yes.
it is.
Okay.
Yes, Mohit.
Okay, thank you so much. So see, so what I've done here is I've just taken my business flag here, count, and I've grouped by business flag. So if I've grouped my result by business flag, I'll get the entries as per the grouping. That's it. One second. See, I've got so the business flag 0 is as having only one category. So I've got around 20 lakh category. I've got 20 lakh category. So 20 lakh 64,000 category which are B2B. Around 4 lakh 20,000 category which are B2C, and around 1.5 lakh categories which are having flag this the both flag, that is B2C and B2B flag. So similarly, we can group. For example, if we have a table called table of products, and we have got values like category name, that this particular product belongs to this category. So if we want So if you want to have a, in a nutshell, if you want to have a, that how many categories belong to this particular category, then we will use the category name and group by also category name. So here we'll get the category name and the count of products in each category, and as it will be grouped by each category. So here by this way, for example, this is very useful when you want to know, for example, as we have another table, as I told you, we have a table called parent info. So for example, here I have just I want to know the category name, which is which is repeating more than once. So how will I do that in one query? Can anyone just come up with the answer? Okay, I'll go ahead. So yeah, okay, when we do this, it will give me, so it will give me the instant number of instances of the repetitions of this category. So musical night event, this is repeated once, and see these are all repeated twice. So I want a list of all the categories which are repeated more than once or more than 2 times per se. So how will I do that? So do you guys remember the having clause? So we'll use the having clause here, and count is greater than 2. So here it will give me the results of the categories which are having 3 or more repetitions. So this is how you guys can use the having clause. So as I told you that the having clause works very well with the computed fields. So as the count was a computed field here, so it quickly filtered all the records for you which are occurring more than 2 times. So in a similar manner as we did count, you can use a group by clause with sum and average also. So it will give you a sum and average of each group. So example, if you are having a, let's say, so that will work when you have a table of a very diverse table, like that of a product and their pricing and all. So you can define the mean pricing or average pricing of products in a particular category by grouping them categorically. So that is how you can manipulate your data and output by that way. So you can use in the same manner, you can use sum and average also. So we are done with this. We'll just quickly go through the structure here. So here is actually the how your structure looks like. So first it will begin with a select statement followed by column name and or names or an asterisk, and then will come from where you will keep enter your table name, and there will come the where clause will come. After the where clause, you can if you are applying a group by, then a group by will come, and then lastly having clause should come in your query. So having clause comes lastly. You have to remember that. So while executing a complex query, please follow the structure. This will help you. And I know the today's session was a little rushed up, and if you guys have any queries about today's session or any queries in general about SQL and other querying, you guys can reach out to me or Sagar or Nelson. We'll be more than happy to help you out. And in the upcoming session, we are targeting some very exciting topics.